What up, peeps? It's Gabe and Little Missy. I have a special guest. Welcome to the Gabe Fix. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, hey girl, hey, please stay a while. Hit the subscribe button. You know, let's become friends. So, oh, you guys, before I go any further, well, I guess I just started, but shout out to every single last one of you that are subscribed to the Gabe Fix because we are 100K strong! Yay! You, nothing? You're not excited? She obviously could care less. You guys, we reached 100,000. That is like the best thing ever. I have been waiting on this moment to come since I started this channel years ago. So to every single last one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for rocking with me, sticking with me, even when I'm not very consistent on this channel. I do really appreciate you guys tuning into the Gabe Fix and just, you know, your support. Like, you guys are the best, hands down. So shout out to you. A couple of days ago, I asked my Instagram peeps for questions for a Q&A because I haven't done a Q&A on this channel, I don't think since like I was pregnant. I believe I did like a pregnancy Q&A, but I haven't done like a regular Q&A in a long time. So I figured in honor of me reaching such a big milestone, I would just do a Q&A for y'all. So I did a Instagram TV video. Y'all, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about that. But I did one of those and asked for the question, so I'm gonna pull it up and start to answering. You ready? Yeah. You want your passy? It's kind of just chilling over here. Would you like it? Oh, there you go. This is a kickback video, y'all. Kick all the way back. Okay, first question. I'm starting from newest to oldest. Will you be at Essence Fest this year? You guys, I'm so sad to say no. Oh my goodness, I am so hurt when I think about it because you were gonna tell me I was not gonna be at Essence Fest this year, and my girl Janet is gonna be there. Like, why am I not there? Why am I not going? So I was gonna go like probably like 3-4 months ago. I was like, okay, no, let's do it. Let's go to Essence Fest. I called on my girls and we were gonna go. And then I started looking at hotel prices and I was like, nah, bruh, I can't bring myself to spend that much for a hotel for New Orleans. Like, I'm just not doing it. And we missed all of like the room blocks for Essence Fest because, you know, they have a special rate, but we missed it. So yeah, won't be there. And I'm really sad about it. But we're actually going out of town for the 4th anyway. So I guess it makes sense now that we're not going because I'm not really sure how we would have been able to pull that off. So yeah, I'm gonna miss it this year. I'm so mad though. Maybe next year because they have such a good lineup this year. I'm so mad. So if you're going to Essence Fest, have fun for me because I won't be there. What Bible translation do you use to read, study, and understand your Bible? I am a fan of a couple of different versions. I like the NIV, and then I remember there being like talks of them like leaving things out of the NIV. Do y'all remember that? It was like last year, a couple years ago. So I started reading the Message. And I really like that translation because it breaks it all the way down, especially if you are like a new reader or if you just want things to be like made completely plain. You don't have to wonder what the words mean. Like, the Message is a really good translation. But I also like the New King James. So it really just depends. A lot of times I'll read things in one translation and then go back and just read it in another just for clarification. Do y'all use the Bible app? I love it. On the Bible app right now I'm in the NIV, but yeah, the New King James, the Amplified, the Message. Oh, and the Tree of Life version is a new version that I actually just discovered. I think we had a guest speaker at the church and he was talking from that translation and I was like, let me check it out. So those are the 5 of my recently used. Do you think there is still a market for new content creators like yourself and your fam, or do you think the market is saturated? Will it ever be saturated if it's not? And what do you think the next big wave is going to be in this industry? Really good questions. Where you going, girl? You done already? she doing already? And I guess my neighbor is cutting the grass. That is so loud. I'm not really sure what is next in the industry. I do know that social is like a major thing this year, especially like Instagram. Every brand that we've worked with this year have also wanted not only something on YouTube, but something on Instagram. Like, that is the new wave. And Babe told me, he's like, this is going to be a very heavy Instagram year. And especially with the introduction of the Instagram TV, like, that is definitely where things are headed on, you know, like social platforms. So your next question was if I feel like there is a market for new content creators. Absolutely. I feel like there's a lane for everybody on YouTube. Now, will everybody reach 1 million subscribers? I don't know. I can't say that, but I feel like that there is an audience for everyone. You just have to kind of be clear on what it is that you want for your channel when you start, and, you know, kind of have goals and go after them, because I think that people that start now definitely have an advantage over people that started, you know, back when I did, because we weren't really thinking about, oh, this can be my career and I can make money from this. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that. Like, it was just something to do because it was fun. Now people have so many more resources, so many more channels that they can, you know, kind of go to as a resource of like how to navigate and how to do things. I think if you want to do YouTube, get on there, find your niche, find your lane, maybe, you know, find your favorites, take a little bit from here and there, and then just make it your own. Because, I mean, when you think about it, every market is saturated. Like, it's 1,000,001 of everything. Like, whatever profession you could think of, it's 1,000,001 of them. But everybody has their own little spin on it. So, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't feel like YouTube is going anywhere anytime soon. That's just my personal, you know, opinion. So get in where you fit in, sis. How did you get your hair to grow back and be so thick? How often do you wash and oil your scalp? Honestly, I don't think that I've done anything to really just like grow my hair. Okay, wait a minute, I take that back. Probably like 2 years ago, I took Main Choice vitamins, or I took one of them hair vitamins. I can't remember the company, and I probably took it for like 2 months. And I honestly don't even remember if I saw growth or not. I was not very consistent with it. But I have naturally thick hair anyway, so I don't have to like try to have thicker hair. It is naturally thick, has been my whole life. I will also say that pregnancy does thicken your hair a little bit and, you know, grow it a little bit more. So I will say that I did notice some growth from being pregnant and, you know, taking prenatal pills and all of that stuff, the hormones. But yeah, girl, yeah, you want to come back and sit? Yeah, come back and sit. So yeah, I definitely feel like pregnancy helped, but I don't do anything special to grow my hair, or I probably could be doing more to it. How often do I wash? Probably every other week. It depends on if I'm protective styling or if I am wearing my hair out. I will wash it more frequently if I'm like actually twisting it out and wearing it. But if I'm protective styling, I can go like sometimes 2-3 weeks before even washing my hair. And I try to like moisturize it and oil my scalp at least, you know, 2 times a week. Like, I'm not very routine when it comes to my hair, so I probably should be doing that more too. I do it when I think about it, but it usually comes out to be about, you know, 2 times a week, unless I feel like it's really dry and I need to do it more often. If you weren't doing YouTube, what do you think your career would be? That is a very, very good question. I'm not sure that I have the answer. Probably a stay-at-home mom at this point. I'm trying to think of the way, you know, my life progressed once I got married, and once I had my son, I had the option to go back to work or not, and I decided not to because YouTube had, you know, kind of become a full-time income for me. So I don't know. I obviously still wouldn't be working there because that company is closed now. So I'm not really sure what I would have been doing. I do have, you know, my undergrad is in communications and theater. My master's is, it's an MBA, but it's an accounting specialty. I absolutely hate accounting. So I know that I wouldn't have went into that. So I'm not really sure what I would be doing if YouTube didn't become this for me. Probably working some odd job. I'm not a 9-to-5 type of girl. I'm just not. I'm not a big fan of working in an office, so I would probably be doing anything but that. Probably more acting. Yeah, I don't know. That's a really good question. I sometimes think about that, like, what am I going to do once YouTube is over? Like, what is going to be my next thing? Because I don't ever want to go back to an office. I'm just not the corporate type. I can do it, but it's just not my favorite. I prefer the flexibility and the freedom that I have to make my own schedule. So yeah, that's a good question, girl. I'm still trying to figure it out. Someone asked how my hair is doing postpartum. It is starting to shed. I can tell you that. Every time I wash my hair, I'm like, is it legal for me to lose this much hair? So that part sucks. I have started to see some thinning on my edges. Like, my postpartum shedding usually is like right here on the sides of my head, like my edges. At least that's what it was with Chad Jr. So I'm expecting it to be in the same place, and it's already starting to get thin, more so on the right side than the left side. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, it is still thicker, and I still feel like I did get some length, but it is starting to shed. So yeah, I don't know how long this part is gonna last. I'm just tired of washing my hair and having like globs of hair in my head. Like, is this legal? Yeah, I'm over that. Do Chad and I want more kids? I feel like I've answered this question so much. I don't think so. I feel like Reagan is our last. If we were to have another child, it would totally be on God's doing. We would not be doing anything extra to have another child. But honestly, I feel like I'm good with 2. We have one of each. So I don't really like have the need to have another one at this point. I mean, and Reagan is very new. There may come a time where I have a little bit of baby fever, but I don't know, you guys. I'm getting older. I am in my mid-30s, so yeah, I'm not really sure how many more kids this body is popping out. Plus, like, just the whole having babies part, being pregnant, and you know, breastfeeding, and just the toll that it takes on your body, I'm not really sure I'm interested in doing that again. So at this point, I think we're good with 2. Where do I see me and my family over the next 4 years? I would say happy. Debt-free would be great, or at least very close. I would claim that. I would love to be debt-free in 4 years. We're working on that. Let's see. What else? Probably doing more things outside of YouTube. You know, there are some things that we do want to work on. So, you know, kind of making some traction. Probably making some traction in that area. But yeah, I just see us happy and, you know, still working together, being able to travel, and, you know, as much as possible, because CJ will be like in school, and then Reagan will be on her way to school. But yeah, I just see us being happy, possibly debt-free. Those are like my 2 major goals right now. How have things been going with you and overall healing of your body since having baby girl? Things have been great. I have not had any issues. My incision healed up perfectly. Like, there's no issues there. There's no pain. I've been doing really good. Like, I had a little bit of I can never say this word, diastasis recti. I had a little bit of that, and it basically closed on its own. Now I have what I've always had, which is just like barely of like a fingertip of a space there. So I don't know, I'm doing good. I will say that it is a lot harder to lose weight this time around than it was with my first. I feel like at this point, after having Chad Jr., I have lost a lot more weight than what I have with Reagan, and I'm sure that age is probably one of the major factors within that. But yeah, I haven't had any trouble at all. Like, my body feels great. I recovered a lot quicker from the C-section this time around, probably because I had been through it before. My body was like, oh, okay, I remember this. But yeah, everything with the recovery has been good. No complaints at all. Oh, this is a good question. If you had a chance to give your 20-year-old self advice, what would it be? Oh, at 20, let's see. The biggest piece of advice I'd probably give myself at 20 is save your money. save, save, save. When you start working, save. And when you get out of school, start paying on your student loans, then don't defer them. Those would be like my pieces of advice right now, because those are things that I'm still dealing with, you know, like just finance in general, and still paying on student loans that I deferred for years. I deferred them for as long as I could, and now I'm probably gonna be paying on them for a really long time. So I would definitely tell myself to save money and do what makes you happy. When it comes to thinking about, you know, what your career is going to be, it's great to think about like what's going to make you money, what's going to be, you know, what's going to be good for you, but also, do you like it? Because I spent a whole lot of money on a master's degree in a field that I don't even like, because I thought that it would make me money. And yeah, it's just not even worth it. So I would tell my 20-year-old self to find what makes you happy and do that, and save your money. When will you travel overseas again? Well, I've never really been across the pond. We decided that next summer we're gonna take a nice little family trip and go across the pond and hang out, because I have been wanting to go overseas forever. You guys probably are tired of hearing me talk about it, but I've been wanting to go forever, and it just has never really seemed to be the right time. So now we're like, no, we're just gonna do it, and especially before baby girl turns 2, because that way we don't have to pay for 3 tickets. So we're gonna go over next summer, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time. This is another travel question. What states and cities do you plan on visiting for the remainder of this year? I don't know. I know that as you're watching this, we are in St. Croix, which is awesome. We're there for work, but we're also celebrating my birthday, so that's exciting. I've never been to St. Croix. I would love to go to Canada this year, visit our friends Tony and Drew. That would be awesome if we could go to Canada. And honestly, I know we have a trip to St. Louis coming up. Never been there. And that's all that I can think of. I feel like when we travel, we always go to the same places. Like, how many times can you go to Vegas? How many times can you go to LA? How many times can you go to Florida, New York, Alabama? Like, I feel like we're always going to the same places. I haven't been to Texas in a really long time, but I don't really see that happening this year. At least right now, I don't see that happening. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of over traveling in the US. Like, I just want to go overseas. I'm just ready for next summer so we can go overseas. But if I could go to Canada, that would be like probably at the top of my list of new places that I would really, really want to visit, aside from St. Croix. I'm looking forward to that. How have you been keeping up your milk supply? Any special diet or teas, and what pump do you use? I use the Medela Freestyle pump. It's the one that's hands-free. I can't think of what, I think is it Freestyle? I think it's Freestyle, but it has a little clip and you can put it like on your pants, and then I have the strapless bra, so I just put it on and go on about my business. That is my favorite. It's the same pump that I used with Chad Jr. And let's see, I keep up my milk supply. I do take fenugreek. Excuse me. I don't take it every day unless I'm trying to have unless I'm trying to build up supply for a period of time. Like, I've been taking it for the past like 2 weeks, because I've been trying to make sure that I have enough milk for her when we go out of town, because we'll be gone for like 5 days. So I take fenugreek pills, and I don't take the recommended dosage, because I think you're supposed to take like 3 pills 3 times a day. I probably take 4 or 5 pills 1 time a day. So and that helps. And I also have this like, oh, I can't think of what the name of it is, but it reminds me of an emergency pack. It's just like a little pack that you put in water, and I can't think of the brand, but the flavor is berry, and it's like a fenugreek supplement as well, but it tastes good. You just put it in your water, and I take that too. So some days I'll take the fenugreek pills, some days I'll take that, some days I'll take both if I feel like I need extra milk. But that's about it. When we're not traveling, or if I'm not like preparing to have milk stored for her, then I don't take anything, because I'm pretty regular now, because she eats a lot, so my supply is pretty regular. Can you tell us more about your experience with singing? When did you start? how have you used your voice in the past? How are you currently using your gift? Those are really good questions. I've been singing for as long as I can remember. Probably like 2 or 3. I started singing. I have this tape where my dad and I were singing. On one side of the tape, he is singing a Prince album, the whole Prince album. And on the other side, I'm singing all of Janet Jackson's album. I think it was the Control album. But I've been singing for as long as I can remember. I've sang in church like my whole life up until now. I probably took the biggest break when I was in college from singing in like, you know, a church worship team, but I sang in the gospel choir at my college. So yeah, I've sung all my life. I've sung with recording artists. I've recorded some gospel albums with Lamar Campbell and the Spirit of Praise. I have recorded my own album with a band called Mysticals Quintet. I probably have like 4 singles of my own. I have sung on the GabeBabeTV theme song. So I've been singing my whole life. At this point, though, I feel like I'm not really using my gift. There was a time where I was always singing at somebody's wedding or somebody's funeral. It felt like I was like the singer, the go-to singer for if somebody was getting married or if somebody passed away. And I just got tired of doing that. And I haven't really done that in a really long time. I can't even remember the last funeral or wedding I sang at. It's been years. I feel like it's been years. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm using my gift that much anymore, especially now because I'm on kind of like a hiatus from the worship team. After I had Reagan, I took a break, so I haven't been back yet. And I don't know, I have this love-hate relationship with my voice. I feel like it's not what it used to be, and I lack the confidence that I should have when it comes to my singing, which is probably why I don't sing as much now, because I just don't feel very confident in my abilities, because it's one of those things where I feel like, you know, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And I feel like I went through a period where I just was not using it. I didn't feel like it. I didn't want to sing. Somebody asked me to sing, I would say no. And I really do feel like my voice has changed. Maybe not because of that, but it could be a little bit because of that, and a little bit because I'm just out of practice. I don't ever like practice. I was taking voice lessons probably like a year ago, and I stopped because I just didn't feel like doing it. And then I got pregnant, and I was just like, yeah, I'll revisit it. So I don't know, I'm in this weird space when it comes to my voice. I sing around the house sometimes. You know, I'm always singing in the car or like sometime in the shower, but I'm not really using it. Like when I think about it, I'm not really using it, especially now that I'm not on the worship team. So that really should change, but I gotta work on my confidence, building my confidence back, because I don't feel like my voice sounds as good as it used to. And it could just be a mental thing. My vocal coach told me that it is a mental thing, because he was like, no girl, you got the notes, you got it, you just need to be practicing and you need to get out of your own head. So once I conquered that fear that I have now, hopefully I can be back on track. But I don't know where I would be singing. I'm not in a band anymore. I mean, church, I guess. I don't know. Every time I think to do a cover, I stop myself because I'm like, oh, it's not gonna sound good, and then I don't do it. So I'm in this really weird place when it comes to my voice. Like, it's weird. Will you do try on hauls? Yes, I should do some more try on hauls. Honestly, I haven't been buying a whole lot of clothing. I did buy some things for my vacation that's coming up. So I plan to do like a lookbook for, you know, while I'm on vacation. So maybe I'll do that. And then the next time I go shopping, I will do a try on haul for you guys, because I like doing those types of videos. And normally I'm always buying something. I've just been trying to stay away here lately from shopping. Also, how is your fitness routine going, and what is your ideal size? Love you. Love you back, girl. My fitness routine, y'all, it's a struggle. Let me just tell you. Like I was saying earlier, it's definitely not as easy to lose weight this time around. And I think that's been really discouraging to me. Just because I feel like I didn't have to try this hard when I was trying to lose the baby weight after having Chad Jr. And now I feel like I can't really figure out what it is I want to do. Like, do I want to eat clean? Do I want to weight train? Do I want to do a bunch of cardio? Do I want to do T25? Do I want to do keto? Do I want to do intermittent fasting? It's like I keep trying everything because I'm getting bored with the things that I am saying that I'm going to do. I don't know. It's just a little bit of everything. I'm in a funky place when it comes to fitness right now too, because I love to work out. I love fitness, and I just haven't found that love of it again. Like, I haven't gotten back into the groove of like really enjoying it. I haven't really ran. And I was so looking forward to starting up running again, but I don't love it like I used to. And I don't know if it's because it's been so long since I've been running consistently that it's so much harder now. Plus I weigh more, so I'm like heavier. It's a lot. My knees be starting to hurt. I'm like, geez, am I getting old? Is that what it is? I know I got some extra poundage, but dang, does my knee have to hurt when I start running? So I don't know. I'm trying not to be discouraged about that, and trying to remind myself that it's only been 5 months. So, you know, I've got time. I have been losing weight. It's not like I haven't been losing it. It's just not happening as quick. So I'm in this weird place when it comes to fitness too. I have been on the keto diet for probably like 3 weeks, maybe 4, but I did a week and lost like 7 pounds, and then the next week I was fooling around and didn't really do it. Then the next week we had company the whole week, so that threw me off. So now this week I'm like starting to get back to it. I am still losing, and I am trying intermittent fasting. I've been trying that for it's been about a week, or yeah, I think almost a week, and I do see results from that. So I'm gonna try and stick with that and see how it goes. My ideal weight is 150, or between 148 and 150. And it's so funny that I say 148 because that's how much I weighed when I was at my smallest after having Chad Jr. I would probably say this was like 2014. I was the smallest I had ever been in my life. I was fit, in shape, I was slim, like it felt good. It's crazy because when I think of that now, I didn't feel as good as I looked. Like in my mind, I was still fat. And I'm like, if I could go back to that, because I had some size 4 jeans in my closet that I could get in without struggling. I ain't never been a size 4 in my life, but I still felt fat. Which is crazy because it's just a testament to how it's a mindset. So my ideal like weight is around 148, 150, and if I could just be a solid 6, like a 4 is nice, but if I could just be a good solid 6, that would be great. I have about 10 pounds left to get to my pre-pregnancy weight, but I started like 25 pounds heavier than my pre-pregnancy weight with Chad Jr. I'm a big numbers person, and I just hate what the scale is saying right now. But yeah, so I got about 10 pounds left to get to my pre-pregnancy weight, and then I can start working on my pre-pregnancy weight from 5 years ago. You alright, girl? You okay, girl? I'm almost done. Yeah, mommy's almost done. Because I feel like I've been talking forever. If this video is long, I'm so sorry. How do you manage to spend quality time? Yeah. Tell it, girl. Tell it, girl. Yeah. What you saying, girl? What you talking about, girl? You talking to Pete? Yeah. You answering some questions too? Yeah. Okay. Here's a good one. How do you manage to spend? Can mommy say the question? Can I say the question, please? It says, how do you manage to spend quality time with your friends, family, and siblings, being a full-time creator, wife, and mom? I don't. Honestly, like I don't spend as much time as I should with my family or my friends. Honestly, like it's so weird. I feel like I'm always busy. What I am busy doing, the world will never know. I just feel like I'm always busy. Like I pack out my schedule, so there's always something going on. It's very little time where I have to just sit and be. And that's my own fault because I constantly book up our schedule. And we always say that we're going to get better at this too. Like spending more time with family and just like having downtime, not always on the go. And a lot of times the things that we're doing is work related. So, I mean, we got to get paid. So a lot of times we're doing those things. But sometimes we're just out and about for no reason because we just don't know how to sit down. I definitely feel like I'm lacking in terms of spending time with like, you know, my family and my friends. And, you know, like I get it in where I can, but I feel like I probably could be doing more. So, yeah, like the balance is hard, you know, trying to balance, you know, taking care of your family and making sure you've got everything going on, but still making time for, you know, everybody else is tricky. So, especially when you're a busy person like I am. So, yeah, it doesn't happen as much as it should. Yeah, so I don't really know how to answer that question for you. How do you and your husband deal with finances, and do you guys pray together? Yes, we do pray together. Not as often as we should, but we do pray together. There are just certain times where we just go and, you know, I'll pray on my own, he'll pray on his own, but we do come together and pray. How do we do with our finances? We share our finances. Everything that comes in is all in, you know. How do we do with our finances? We actually like share everything. So everything that comes in is like household finances. Like we don't have this your money, this my money. It's all our money. And I do the budget every month. I pay the bills and I do the budget, and then we sit down and talk about it. That's just like my thing. I enjoy doing the budget monthly, and it works best for us when I do it. So I do all of that, but then we sit down and we talk about it, so everybody knows, you know, what's happening, how much is there, what's going where, how much do we have to spend on this. We have been really trying really hard this year to stay on the envelope system, which is a Dave Ramsey thing. We went through Financial Peace University, and we're trying to like pay off debt and get our spending under control because we are both spenders. So we have to really be diligent about not spending, and using cash is one of those things that is still a foreign concept to us. Like we'll get the cash envelopes ready, but then we'll still end up using the cards. Like it's a struggle sometimes, but we're working on it. We're getting better. I think June has been like one of our best months this year. So we've really been trying to get it on track. But yeah, that's what we do with our finances. We do have a couch conversation about finances. Also, it's old, but I'll link it down in the description box in case you want to watch it. I know you're not doing the intro until she gets older, but what about pictures with the fam? And how do you make time for yourself? And how do you make time for you and Chad Sr.? Yes, we will be updating the intro. I get that question a lot. When are we going to update the intro? We are going to update it this summer. Once baby girl can sit up on her own and she can fully participate. It would be great if she were walking, but we're probably not going to wait that long. But as long as she could like sit up and be in a scene, you know, by herself or something, we'll probably do the intro sometime this summer because we definitely want to update it for you guys. We get that question all the time. Pictures, we'll probably schedule a photo shoot for her 6th month because I believe that was what we did with Chad Jr. Yeah, after our maternity pictures and after his newborn pictures, the next set was 6 months. So she'll be 6 months very soon in July. So we'll probably try to schedule a family shoot sometime in July. How do I make time for myself? I don't know. I feel like I don't really have a whole lot of time to myself these days. I feel like when I have time by myself, I'm going to an appointment of some sort, whether it's my therapist appointment or a nail appointment or a wax appointment, or, you know, if I'm going to get a pedicure. I guess a pedicure could be self-time, like time for myself. But I feel like those other appointments, it's not, I'm still doing something, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it's difficult for me to just have pure uninterrupted time to just sit down and watch a movie or read a magazine or something. I kind of have to like sneak it in when I can, but I don't have a designated time to do so. What I have been doing recently, I did find a nanny to come for like 6 hours a week. And she comes, you know, 2 days out of the week for 3 hours each and gives me time to get some things done. So I may get a little time during there to just sit and just relax. A lot of times I'm like working or editing or doing other things, but I have set that up so that I can have some time to just be, you know, while Chad is at camp and, you know, Chad Senior is doing whatever he wants to do, I can have time to, you know, get whatever done that I want to get done, or just sit and relax if that's what I want to do. So I haven't gotten to those days yet because I always have something that I need to do, but it's coming. I know that it's coming. How do I find time for Chad Senior? Date night. We are huge fans of date nights. It is very important to us, and we used to go every week. Every Friday was date night, non-negotiable. It's kind of hard to do that now when you have 2 kids, so we try to go at least every other week. So if we can get 2 good date nights out of the month, we are doing well. But yeah, that's how we find the time. And then just making sure we put the kids to bed at a decent hour so that we have like an hour or 2 where we can watch TV together or talk or whatever it is that we want to do. That's key. Like carving out the time to spend with your spouse is so necessary because you don't want that relationship to suffer at all. All right, so baby girl is down to sleep. She was so tired. But yeah, that was all the questions. Well, those were all the ones that I could get to. There were some more, so I'm so sorry if I wasn't able to get to your actual question. But thank you guys so much. If you have, you know, any comments or anything, please leave them down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.